and welcome to a very special episode, for me anyway, because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and this will probably appeal to all of you Star Wars fans out there. So today I have built an Obi-Wan theme deck. So who have I chosen to represent Obi-Wan? Well, it's Torens, Fist of the Angels. So with a little bit of work, if you squint a bit, you can kind of imagine Obi-Wan, maybe if he wasn't ginger, but with a similar sort of poise and sort of force as a Jedi would have, but also because of the words on his card. So he has training. So training says whenever this creature attacks with another creature with greater power, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. So this would probably represent Obi-Wan during episode 1 or episode 2 when he was not at his strongest, and he still had a way to go yet. But he's on the way to becoming the amazing Master Jedi that he becomes. His creature type is actually pretty suitable to be this human cleric. If Wizards of the Coast were to make a Star Wars set, which, let's face it, it's probably going to happen one day, and I'll spend so much money on it, it's crazy. They could, if they didn't make Jedi, I think cleric would kind of suit that role. So that's almost perfect as well. His second ability, whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 1/1 green and white human soldier creature token with training. So my explanation for that would be a creature comes in and he creates a Padawan, a learner. And I think that's really cool. It's a really powerful ability, and you don't see many Torens decks flying around, but I really think in testing that he was really powerful, really flavorful, and I would definitely make this in real life if I had time to make a 17th commander deck, because I've got 16 at the minute, so I've already got quite a lot. But let's go through some of the other cards to try and justify why this is an Obi-Wan theme deck. So it will take some time. If you're into the flavour and lore of the game, then this video will be for you. Otherwise, you can just skip to the gameplay if you just look at my timestamp in the description. But yeah, let's have a look at some of the things I've justified. So, there's quite a few fun things. I was brainstorming to think, what is synonymous with a Jedi? Well, I thought, temple. So this is a pretty simple one. We've got Temple Garden and Temple of Plenty. So those can represent the Jedi Temple in which the Jedi go and do all their business. We don't have lightsabers, unfortunately, in the format in the game, but the closest I could find was Sword of Body and Mind, which kind of resembles a laser sword of some kind. This would be an awesome lightsaber. We haven't seen it in the films yet. It's basically like a double-edged lightsaber if both sabers are on the same plane, which is kind of cool. It's the only Sword of series we have. It's still powerful though, and that's saying a lot because it's the weakest of all the other swords. So equipped creature gets +2/+2 protection from green and blue. So you could say that that's protection from green and blue lightsabers, right? I mean, even the colours are the good guys' lightsabers colours, which is pretty awesome. And whenever they deal damage to a player, you create a 2/2 green wolf creature token and that player mills 10 cards. That's a bit harder to justify, but I have recently been watching Rebels, and in that, Ezra, who's the main character, does see a wolf. So, I haven't got to the end of that arc yet, so I don't know where that leads, but the fact he sees a wolf and there's a wolf in his card and this is a lightsaber card is pretty awesome. So there is the other theme in the deck that I made was essentially it's a +1/+1 counters build, essentially, to go along with the training ability, because you want to be able to make creatures bigger than him in order to actually get counters off. So you've got really powerful cards like Hardened Scales, so whenever you put a counter on, you put twice as many instead. This is a mainstay in all counter strategies. You've also got Branching Evolution, which puts more counters on as well. So you could say stuff like this is like focusing and training in the ways of the Force. Oh yeah, here's another temple card. Yuga defends the temple, so you could say this is the remaining Jedi protecting the temple during Order 66. You kind of have to stretch your imagination a bit. I know, but that's why I love the game, right? Because this game is many different things to many different people, and without having literal cards from licensed product, you can put a bit of imagination in. I mean, those of you out there who are good at drawing, or you could even proxy your own. It's not that far-fetched when you consider that Wizards of the Coast makes sets around all sorts of things like Stranger Things. They've made the kids from that show into actual cards, and then those cards become real cards afterwards, which is a weird practice, but There you go. I just remembered this after recording that, but I wanted to put this in to tell people the cool flavour of Broken Bond. So Broken Bond is just, it's not only a really powerful card to destroy Nut Factory enchantment, but you can put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. This is mechanically not flavourful, but the name of the card is really important because it represents Obi-Wan's and Anakin's end of their friendship and their bond. And yeah, you know, the emotional part in episode 3 where they have that spectacular fight and it all comes to fruition. Years of friendship ended for stupid reasons basically. But yeah, Broken Bond, there you go. So yeah, if you like the idea of the deck, the theme of Obi-Wan leading some Padawans into battle, take a look at the description below. The whole deck list will be there, as well as my other links in Moxfield. If you appreciate what I've done here today, creating a bit more of a flavourful deck, it's not always about winning at the end of the day. I think most of my subscribers know that I'm not like a sweaty tier 1 player, and I hope there's space for me on YouTube, because I've noticed there's a lot of spiky players like CGB and LVD who, you know, they're great players, but they're more focused on the uber deadly decks. So I hope that's where I can carve my way on YouTube. I'd like that to be my thing, really. More fun, flavourful, just a bit of fun. So with that in mind, if you think my channel has brought you some joy, why don't you consider subbing to me? Just get me closer to that 1,000 mark. Make my OCD go away. And yeah, if you value me one step above that, you can also use my affiliate links in the description below to buy any cards you see here today. And then that will give me a small commission if you buy anything through those links. And then you can also donate through my Ko-fi page, which is it's really special when people look at that and donate, because it just goes one step above what YouTube currently can do, because I don't know how many of you know this, but YouTube doesn't give you a thing until you reach 1,000 subs. So any kind of donation, big or small, is incredibly kind, and it takes a lot of time to make these kind of decks, and a lot of trial and error, as you can imagine with decks like this. These aren't like, you know, tier 1, tier 0, not even tier 2 sometimes decks. They're pretty powerful, synergistic, but you know, the format is overrun with the same 10 decks. You all know what that is. But yeah, if you've stayed this far, thank you so much. It means so much to me that people listen to this part, because looking at the analytics, the intro part is actually the bit that people skip the most. Most people just go to the gameplay. So if you've listened this far, and if you're one of the people that listen to all of the segments in my videos, I really appreciate that. And yeah, it means a lot to me. I can see all the stats, so nothing is hidden basically. Okay, so that spiel is out of the way. Let's get into the gameplay, and I hope you enjoyed today's special Star Wars themed Obi-Wan deck. Cool. See you there. Okay, we go first against Falco Spara. Starting hand is pretty sweet. Let's see if Obi-Wan can take out this giant bird man. Something about that. Okay, let's try and link every opponent to Star Wars. The scenery that he's standing in kind of reminds me of the Geonosis arena when Anakin and Padme were in the arena, and they were chained up and had to fight those giant alien monsters. They've mulliganed to 6. Okay. We might have to cycle the cast out here to draw an extra land. But yeah, Falco Spara will also be a counter style build. Let's hopefully get a 3rd land here. That would be really useful. Okay, hardened scales. Right, so yeah, we really desperately need a 3rd land here. We've got a great start though. Luminite Aspirant with the hardened scales is pretty crazy. But we're not going to be able to do anything without that 3rd land. I think maybe the Arowan Games will be good. Oof. Okay, at least we've got some way to ramp a bit. So apologies if you can hear any cackling coming outside. It appears my neighbours are having some kind of crazy, very loud party, and they're driving me a little bit nuts. Hopefully they won't watch this. Well, they won't know who I am or anything anyway, so... Okay, Broker's Ascendancy, that's very powerful. Banishing Light might be useful, but I think I would rather progress the field a bit more. Getting the gold token is going to be handy to ramp if we miss a land drop as well. Our hand is actually really stacked. Like, we've got so much synergy here. If we get a land and Evolution Sage, things are going to be crazy because we can proliferate this Saga. Let's just hope they don't have a board wipe. Falco Spara, okay. We can get rid of that with the Banishing Light, which is good. So yeah, let's do that. Indestructible doesn't save them from this. Considering we only have 2 lands, we are doing spectacularly. Opponent is choosing whether to... Okay, so they don't have any Artifact or Enchantment removal, it seems. Otherwise, they would have kept it under here. Again, board wipe equals bad. Oh, that was wonderfully aggressive, wasn't it? 1 with 2 lands out. Fantastic. Okay, so this is actually interesting. I don't think I've ever faced a Davriel deck because he was banned for such a long time. So this will be interesting. I've seen MTG Gnome's version of this, which was scary. Check his channel out, by the way, if you haven't. He's a really cool guy, really nice guy, and yeah, he's got some good videos. He's also in my Discord, so I'll plug that now as well. Check out the Discord if you ever want to just have someone to talk to, because I know what it's like to, you know, feel lonely, and it's a, you know, it's a huge problem. Maybe not enough people talk about loneliness. Bit of a sad subject, really, but yeah, join the Discord. You might find some like-minded people. The Discord link is in the description below, so check it out. You've got nothing to lose. It's completely free. Arcus Acolyte. Oh, so many options now. I want to go for Torens, though. If they have... I don't think they're going to have a 3-mana board wipe. It's very unlikely that they run Bontu's board wipe. Bontu's Last Stand or something it's called. Yeah, 3-mana draw creatures. Lands don't untap. And if they do, then fair enough. Okie dokie. So what can we do here? Maybe we'll go for Branching Evolution. So if we put counters on, we put double the counters, which is very lovely. And we'll go for Enter the Unknown on the Acolyte here. So we get a land, so we can play that. Oh, this is interesting. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to outlast the Acolyte here. This is really powerful. Just pay 1 to put a counter on it. So we're investing into future turns, because then next turn if we attack with Torens, we'll get 2 counters on him as well. Yeah, there's a lot running on the creatures, obviously, being a creature-based deck. Rep Ring. So they don't have Snowlands, which means they probably don't have Blood in the Snow. So I think for now, you know what? Let's go all in here. Let's go all in. This is going to be a crazy powerful attack, to be fair. Yep. So we'll swing with these 2. So we'll put some counters on the Arcus Acolyte. Boom, boom, pow. Yep. This is amazing. Obviously, board wipe will just destroy us. But the Ranger class lets us play stuff from the top, so maybe that will save us if they do board wipe. Gilded Lotus. 3 mana, 4 mana. Ritual of Soot. Bloodfast. Are they just dead then? I think they're just dead. That's a bit weird. Huh. I'm slightly confused here. Did they really just have nothing? Well, it was a pleasure playing you, Big Papa Jack. Moving on to the next game. Right, opponent goes first with Croxer. So they're going to be a Rakdos discard build. Don't see these very often, but they are pretty brutal. Starting hand is a bit risky. I'd like to have 3 or more lands. This is actually a lot better. The Felidar Retreat is lovely. So let's see how they play Croxer. I've seen people play this in a really weird way. Some people just play it and put it to the graveyard, which means they can't actually cast it for a long time. Okay, they've gone for... So let's go for Hardened Scales. I might find it this pretty difficult because Servant of the Scale coming in as a 2-2 as well. Really nice. Oh, I've got such a wonderful starting hand here. Unbreakable Formation might be a really nice way to push forward as well. If they kill the Servant here, this is the best thing they can do. Yeah, because then the counters just disappear. Elderfang. Okay. Let's get rid of the Into the Unknown. Go for Torens. So if, well, next turn, regardless of what happens, we'll probably go for the Faladar Retreat. Weirdly enough, against the discard deck, you want to be down to 0 cards as soon as possible, because as soon as you are, all of their discard spells don't do anything. Rampage, okay. So very aggressive, but how good is their late game exactly? We'll see. Exiling a graveyard. Sure thing. Discard. There's certain people that use discard decks. Let's just put it that way. Wow. Fun, isn't it? Real fun. I suppose watching me suffer is better than you suffering yourself, right? Any magic designers out there? Look at this artwork. Notice how this curly bit... See that curly grey bit on the left? On the left of the word sorcery, and the curly grey bit on the right. Do you think the left one is meant to be over, and the right one is meant to be under? Or do you think that was a mistake in the art department? You know what I mean? The grey ear pieces. Yeah. So, what can we do? Let's make a soldier. We might as well play a land. And we'll create a cat. So yeah, they'll probably end up destroying this. Just guarding this, but... what are you going to do? You have to play cards. You can't just hold them because then they'll just discard them anyway, right? Here comes Proxer. So they can't quite get him out of the yard yet. I think this is to poison the cup, though, that they have in the Foretell zone. But they've only got 1 red, so they can't actually cast Croxer from the graveyard anyway. So let's try and put 3 on here. They could just kill it. Okay. Fine. So each one of our creatures now is a mighty force. How can they get out of this, I wonder? Board wipe would definitely do it. So if they have the exile board wipe, they'll have even odds, so they won't kill the whole field. Ritual of Soot would be the best for them. Woohoo! We kill a discard player! Way! It's always a good feeling. It's always good. This is a pretty cool matchup. Let's face it. We're facing an enemy that looks like something from actual Star Wars. This is almost like if Jabba the Hutt was a giant ball with an eye. I mean, look at that. It looks like Jabba's palace. Alrighty then. Let's see if we can do anything against this evil person. It could even be Sith in nature because they like control your mind. Starting hand is really nice. We can explore here to draw an extra card. Do we want to get some... Yeah, let's get some creatures out. I mean, we are an aggro deck after all. Let's get some creatures out and see if we can start beating them down. That's how you beat control. You try and be faster. Cold Steel Heart. Could be good to banishing like that. But, oh, some more ramp. Ramp is always good. And... actually, we can do both. So, explore... we'll put in the Field of Ruin. So if they do get the Xanathar out, we have 2 ways to get rid of it now, which is really quite nice. We have to be careful of board wipes, as usual. Meat Hook Massacre, there we go. Right on cue. Yeah, that's a shame. Okay, so we can go for this, and I think I want to go for Jugan here, just to get some ramp out. Could have made an argument there to go for the Torens and the Initiate to get an extra token, but yeah, I want to get this Jugan out just because I just think the ramp's important. Gonti. Yikes, that's a really good blocker. So they're going to steal a card from our deck. Yeah, I don't like facing steel decks, but here we go. Steely. I mean, I can't really say much. I mean, I've made some decks that steal stuff as well. So, put some counters on here. So, Hopeful Initiate says remove 2 counters to destroy an artifact or enchantment. So we can kill the Cold Steel Heart if we wanted by taking a counter off. I think I'm going to use Banishing Light on the Gonti. And then it's got Training. Go for Torens. Now, they're probably going to have another board wipe here, aren't they? Which is going to be bad. If they do. Prison Realm, okay. As if they got a Prison Realm. That's such a great hit. Sure thing. So we could really do with some more creatures here. Let's get rid of the Cold Steel Heart, I think. That'll take them off some mana. So now we skip the phase, they lose that mana unless they want to use it. Nice. They're so powerful and so hard by tapping for that mana. Almost as powerful as Reaver was in Ob-Wan. If you can tell, I'm a bit salty about that show, but... Dranlock. Okay, let's just get the Field of Ruin out of the way here. I think we'll go for the... You know what? No, I don't want to give them untapped mana. I don't want to give them untapped mana at all. Here we go. So they're just going to stall the whole game with their immense luck. So weird out. They've got 5 cards in hand. It's crazy. Ooh, God's Willing. That could be good. Okay, let's go for the Torrens here. Siphon Insight. So basically, their entire deck is just stealing our cards. Okay. So, no, I don't want to pay anything. I just want to swing in and leave up the mana for protecting Torrens or the Remnant of the Rising Star. Okay. Sounds like a faction, doesn't it? Remnant of the Rising Star. Broken Bond. Oh my goodness. So the 2 things they steal off us are actually, like, perfect. That's so annoying. So, honestly, some players are just luck sacks, really. Imagine, like, taking 2 random cards from your opponent, and those 2 cards from... A random, may I add, the word random here, were 2 exact removal spells for your opponent's things. I think we've just basically lost, haven't we? Yeah, there's nothing we can really do here. So, if the Rider actually gets deflected here with the God's Willing, then they lose the creature as well, which is pretty handy. I really hope this this goes off. Oh, AO, that's actually a good hit. If we can resolve an AO, that would be really nice. Come on, let me resolve an AO. So they're going to swing in, giving something training, which means it exiles something. Oh man, that's so irritating. No, we'll leave it underneath the save in case I choose to board wipe. Really hyper aggressive, stealing all of our things, using them against us. And this card came from a Siphon Insight. So it's 1 card, gave them another card, gave them another card. So it's a 3-for-1 they got there, which is just ludicrous. Okay, let's see if we can resolve an AO here. And Disdainful Stroke. Okay, so I'm just going to concede here because, as you can imagine, it's a bit salty. Feeling, getting everything stolen or countered. In their turn, they will go 3, 4, 5, 6, cast the Xanathar, and there's nothing we can really do. So yeah, let's just fold this game and say adieu to this fantastically fun player. Cool, next game. Okay, it's a Torens mirror match. Starting hand seems decent. We've got some cards haven't drawn today yet, which is nice. So we've got the green and blue lightsaber. Fancy that. Got a really high curve, but we do have the mana to support it. Ooh, a removal spell. We definitely want that. Paradise Druid? Okie dokie. So, yeah, let's go for the untapped mana, then we can potentially Fateful Absence their Torens if they go for that. Yeah, I want to do that. Oh, yeah, you can't even hold priority there. That is a shame. If we had a board wipe in our hand, I'd probably just be inclined to do that, but yeah. So now that if they get a mana next turn, well, they can just recast Torrens again. That's going to be pretty rough. Let's go for the Restoration at Ganjo. We do have a board wipe in the deck, and this is exactly why we do have board wipes, because of situations like this, where the opponent goes in front of you and you know, parallel lives. Oh, they've gone for the token strategy. That's pretty cool. Portable Hole, right. So if discard Portable Hole, we can basically play it for free this turn. So we'll get rid of the Paradise Druid, because it looks like they've missed a land drop. We could Besage you the lives, but then that would give them a land. So go for Torrens first. Did they get a land drop? Looks like they're trying to draw one here with a clue. Did they get one? Oh, that was going to be a scary game. If they'd drawn a land there, yeah, I think they would have been in the had a running. But yeah, that's the thing. If you don't have enough lands, you defend yourself. So it's a shame. Opponent goes first with Omnath, Locus of the Royals, so there'll be a Team of Elementals build. Seeing a lot of this recently. It's weird how things ebb and flow, isn't it? So yeah, let's go for the Temple. Comes in tapped. Next turn we'll go for a 2-drop. Maybe the Catilda, because that is a ram spell. Basically, into the north. Although saying that, if we do go for Catilda, then they can just kill it with the Omnath. So maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe we go for the Acolyte first. Guardian Project. Okay, so we've got our own Guardian Project, so yeah, we'll go for the Branching Evolution, and then that means we get extra counters on our creatures when they come in. So twice the number of counters, which is really insane, to be honest. So that's strange how they played the Fabled Passage before Omnath. That's very strange indeed. That would have got them 2 counters there. Still, yeah, I mean, Gargaroth's good, but... So we'll go for Guardian Project. So we're going to take a few hits here, but we want to set up the field just like they have. So they're going to attack, potentially draw a card. The Gargaroth will be an issue, but we do have ways to deal with it. A bit strange to see this in an elemental tribal general, though. Have to say, I don't really get like the flavour there, but you know, people don't really build for flavour. Let's face it; it's quite rare. It is very rare. Seven of the scales. So okay, let's go for Torrens. So that means we get to draw a card. Ooh, okay, Hopeful Initiate. Draw a card again. Yeah, this is pretty good. We're getting a lot of tokens here. And card draw, wonderful. 7 of the scale. So in one turn, we've, you know, got so much stuff out. And then once we start getting counters out, we can start proliferating with the Evolution Sage. Oh, Cathar's Crusade. That is pretty crazy. Let's see if we can hold off. So they're going to fight here, I presume. Yep. So that plan's gone out the window. Interesting. Now, Catilda is going to be really important here because we've got lots of humans. So if we play Catilda, she's essentially free next turn. Kogler. Oh, that's such a shame. Damn. Killing the Arca's Acolyte. Okay, yeah, that's a shame. Damn, this is the least elemental style deck I've ever seen. Kind of BS, really. Yeah, it does upset me because it's a tribal deck. Why you... It's not... The thing is, like, it's not... It's just not that cool, is it, when you just... I don't know. That's just me. Okay. So, let's think about this. So first we'll go for Catilda. That is basically free. Okay. Obviously, I'd love to go for the Cathar's Crusade. But they're going to attack for a lot. They're going to attack for a hell of a lot. Like, will I even be able to survive? Not really sure. Baffling End, Broken Bond. Let's kill the Guardian Project, which lets us lay a land, which lets me proliferate, and then I can get rid of the Cloudkin Seer. And I'm going to hold the land back. Right, so we could just die here. This is the scary thing, because they attack in. That's 13 damage. We're at 15. Kogla doesn't have trample, but we could in theory just... So that's 1 damage to the face, or maybe to Catilda. Yeah, I thought that was too good to be true. So now they start drawing cards. Yeah, damn. Kogla's going to fight something. Oh no, Kogla kills an artifact enchantment, doesn't he? Okay. So what are they going to go for? Guardian Project. It doesn't have trample. Okay, so we might be able to last a tiny bit longer, but can't see it going too far, to be honest. And a Fertilid. Okay. So, oof, create a 1/1. How much mana do we have after this? Only 2. Yeah, they killed our mana guy, didn't they? That's so irritating. So, yeah, we'll do this. We could put more counters on something. Yeah, we'll just put loads of counters on this servant. And then pass to them. But they've got blue, so the blue aspect of their deck is going to mean... Yeah, scary. Can we get out of this pickle? They've got 8 cards in their hand. Fertilid gives them up to 3 more. It's a that's almost an infinite loop, isn't it? If they had enough mana. Fertilid takes a counter off to put a land into play. The land comes into play. Omnath puts a counter on Fertilid, rinse and repeat. They could just finish us off with a River's Rebuke. Paradise Druid. That's tame. Passing the turn. Wowzers. So we get to draw some cards. Oh, God's Willing. Okay. That's interesting. If we had lethal, that would... If we... Yeah, I don't think we can be able to get that to 23 power. Okay, let's go for the Cathar's Crusade. So yeah, we might as well just proliferate our own things. And then, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure we're dead. So we'll hold them back. So we've got 2 protection spells. Damn, it's a shame. If we just had a creature. So yeah, as I said, the Fertilid loop, they just can go do 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 until as long as they've got enough basics, they can just do it indefinitely here. Come on, all we needed was a creature, because if we played a creature, all of our creatures would have been humongous with the extra counters, and then whenever we play a land, we can make them even bigger, because obviously the branching evolution would have put more counters on our creatures, so it's 2. So Cathar's Crusade puts 2 on all of them, and then playing a land puts 2 on them as well. Come on, we just need Heart of the Cards, top deck a creature. Can we do this? If we can get this to 22 power and give it unblockable, oof. Gain control. So we'll give Servant Hexproof. And then we'll give the Evolution Sage protection from blue. Okay. Source to Plowshares. That ain't a creature. Come on now. Come on now. So they steal 2 of our guys. So that was very lucky. So now they get to proliferate. Oh no, they don't, because we've got the Evolution Sage. Come on, creature. I mean, if they were... So now they've got a human. They can return it to their owner's hand to make Kogla indestructible. So Kogla's going to destroy the Cathar's Crusade, I guess. Oh, the Baffling End. Strange. So, yeah, we'll kill that. Yeah, this is a really punishing attack here. That's got Trample. So we're just going to have to block. We're just going to have to block like this, aren't we? 6. Yeah, that's pretty much done it. Steal all of our creatures and then attack with everything. That's a yikes moment there. Real shame. Yeah. Yeah, Omnath Elemental Tribal guys. Woohoo! You know. Sweet, yeah, and that's it. Even if we play a land, so we can proliferate. So it goes to 16. Yeah, that's a bit of an unceremonious finish to the game, isn't it? But there you go. So all they have to do now is attack, and they win. So yeah, I'll call it here because they could just attack. Cool. Shame about that one. Oh well. If you've had fun watching this video, don't forget to leave me a like and a sub, and to check out my Ko-fi donations page, where you can donate as little or as much as you want. And check out some more videos to keep watching.